What's happening, YouTube? Sgk23 Tv Network, the network, back in the building. It's yours truly, GK, DX, Diego, GK, Amaru, Ru, D. Any of those will work. Ninja build. New parts came in, some, not all. Touch up on a couple of the comments, especially the T-Rex situation, why I think they're the best. 10 years using them. Some of the mods, maybe talk about how we might do the giveaway, but we don't want to waste a lot of time. But if you like bikes and you got a Ninja 400 and joints like that, you'll enjoy this video. And we don't want to rush things because then I can't explain things, and kind of like my sneaker reviews, I'll call a bread, 7210, and you know what I mean, just mess up. So let's get right to it. If you guys haven't watched the last video, as far as all the parts that are going on, you guys should. You guys that did, you guys know we got the brake lines on deck, performance on deck, MWR air filter, stainless steel braided brake lines, the whole fork situation, preload adjusters, so on and so on and so on. Okay, so before I get to actual parts, remember I told you guys the blue's going away. Sorry. Maybe we might keep that as a chain adjuster alignment, but I'm thinking I'm just going to use the OEM one, little, triangle joint, and turn that into just platinum. You know what I mean? Anyway, so only thing that's been different on the bike, except a few, tunes, is the RNG plug on this side. Then eventually we'll get the one on that side, which we'll talk about the system pipes here in a minute, because you guys are going to decide. So the parts came in. T-Rex came through for your boy. So first, let's get the pucks out the way. Told y'all, the blue's going away. We're going to keep this carbon fiber black and white theme going. So bam, here they go. They're in the plastic. I don't want to waste time. But these are the ones. So bam, there go the blue. Right? So we know what the bike looks like, right? Here go the blue. This is the one for the other side. This one for this side, but hey, you guys get the idea. No, this one for this side, yeah. So bam, there we go now. See what I'm talking about? Planned out. This one has the T-Rex, which kind of is reflective. But I do custom sneakers, so I might, or I could touch that up in black, white, if I wanted to. But since this one is kind of in there like that pulse, and this one is 3M/reflective, the only thing you see when light hits this, well, when they hit this, is that T-Rex is 3M. So bam, now we got that joint. This, real quick, this is just gonna be the on and off switch for the wheelie lights. Nothing too crazy. OEM setup, front, rear, axle pucks / sliders. Let me grab one so you guys get an idea, and I don't have to make it too long. Here we go. T-Rex, front, rear axle, not spools. I think this is the one for the front. I know that looks crazy, but so just to give you an idea. Bam. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back here. Bong. Bong, bong. See what I'm saying? Super protected. So we could leave this blue on here, and I just unscrew this, and then just have that like that. But I'm getting rid of the blue. So front and rear. I was going to do TST, right? But TST only does the front, not front and rear. So I hit them up like, yo, can I purchase 2 of them and use one for the rear? They're like, nah, it's only for the front. Okay. But for the rear, you can buy some spools. Like, what? Like, no, I'm talking about the axle puck protectors, not spools. You feel me? TT driven. But if we do want to keep it T-Rexed out, I do have the T-Rex spools. So instead of that wave, we got that wave. But with the front and rear axle, RNG toe guard chain, low side T-Rex, talk about this in a minute. I think it's more than enough. But if we want to keep it sleek, we can use that black. Impact Tech candy blue powder coated sub cage for a Ninja 400 with the bracket connector for your OEM rear reservoir and any exhaust you put on. Anybody wants it? I paid $470 with 2 extra pucks. I'll let it go for $350 shipped. It's heavy, so you know it costs the ship. The gold is going away. I'm sorry. I love these because obviously you can see shorty, long, pause, super adjustable, but the gold theme's not gonna work. We're gonna keep it classy, or comment below. Preload adjusters right here with the springs, with the thicker oil. You guys already seen it. Everybody's telling me Corbin. So I think it might be Corbin. We're probably gonna put the RNG plugs right here because I already got the RNG kickstand puck, the 59 joint. Okay, T-Rex real quick to the comments and everybody asking me before I get to the new parts. Why T-Rex to me is the best? I'll tell you. First of all, it's hot. Vegas, in a garage, closed. Okay, so you have to be careful with these videos, and I'm not gonna say salesmen, but you have to remember they're building track bikes. So number one, a lot of things are going to ruin your bike because you're not doing track. Meaning, on the track, we switch front, rear sprockets, chain every run. We switch front, rear tires every 1-3 runs. You feel me? We take off the gas tank and fix whatever, you know what I'm saying, in 5 minutes before it's time to go again. So for these 400s, number one, they're super lightweight, 366 soaking wet factory. This one is about 342 right now. Number one, you want to get it super light, then you jump on my 750 and won't know what to do. The bike's already super light. All right, you want to get emission block off plates and do all that? Great. What are you saving? Maybe a pound and a half here, 3 ounces here. Now, the reason for that is because on the track, 1/3 of a 1/10 of a second wins you the race. On the street is a different story. Hope you guys kind of get the idea behind that, and I'll talk about the tune and how to do it properly. But let me get to T-Rex first. So for the street and or track, okay, they're not made out of Durling. They're made out of polyurethane. Been dealing with polyurethane, Rolex, Audemars Piguets, IWC, Hublots, on and on and on. There's a reason polyurethane is used in that manner. There's a reason why T-Rex uses polyurethane. I spoke about this before. This burns about down to here. So regardless of what you have, if your bike just falls, you'll be okay. Never get anything that's going to attach to your engine, your stator, or anything like that. Number one, regardless of anything. Number two, never get any type of sliders like the Kawasaki stock ones that are like a pole. That's going to only make your bike flip, make you flip, and so on and so on. You want your sliders, number one, to be rounded like this. Simple physics, right? We're not talking about a dump. We're talking about if you actually are moving 20, 30, 40 miles per hour and your bike crashes and it needs to slide. Obviously, you got an impact point. If it's flat, it's not going to rub off, right? Number two, Durling doesn't burn like polyurethane. So this will keep burning and burning and burning. I mean, it's not going to get you stuck, flip you over, flip your bike, so on and so on. Of course, disclaimer, all crashes are different. Why do you want the bracket that attaches to this to stick out this far versus this being right up next to here? Well, if it's right up next to there, if it drops, it crashes, all of this getting damaged, this getting damaged, this getting damaged, this getting damaged, handlebars getting bent, so on and so on. These go behind the radiator. So you see this little screw right here? No light, but you see this little screw? This has a pole right here. Let me go on the other side, maybe easier for you guys to see. Some people might say, it's a little expensive. It's not too expensive. You see the pole? Right here, there's a pole. Let's see, you can see it. It goes all behind the radiator, not in front of the radiator. Okay, so what is this for? That's for the impact. So this cracks, this bends before any of this / the brackets that are behind here. And I talked about Durling versus polyurethane. This burns down to here. Like, you need to go like 7 miles to get down to here. So like, it's not gonna happen. Feel me? T-Rex, best, hands down. So far, told y'all, the gray wave. So we put this joint on. You actually kind of, if you lock it down, I'll be doing an oil change, the first oil change. You know, you need a little ratchet. You know, it's ready for track, so on and so on. RNG right here, maybe leave the gold, maybe only leave the gold pegs. Definitely want to match this one with that. Full system, you guys let me know. I really like how the Hendo system / slip-on sounds as far as for the 400. One reason, the handle, the length of it is pretty much close, if not the same, as the OEM. So that makes sense. Just use your brain a little bit. Two brothers, Hendo, Yoshimura, Sparks. Let me know what y'all think. To me, of course, ECU flash first. Tune that to whatever we have going on the bike. Power commander after the ECU flash. Fuel tuner piggyback on the power commander. Power commander is going to be piggybacked off the ECU, off whatever we got going on. So here's the T-Rex high side, low side on the other side. You feel me? Now, polyurethane, good for certain things, not for others. Like the NORTON Motorsports setup that we have back here for the shifting of the gears, that is Durling, because we need that to be Durling. You feel me? So certain things are for certain things. New parts, here we go. We're gonna block off that whole front, right? The whole front, from the radiator guard grill all the way down to the bottom. We gotta do the system first though. So the actual guard grill from RNG came in, titanium joint. We're doing the whole front titanium, keeping that theme. What's dope about how these install, they don't install like that cheap piece of junk right there. This is straight track status. So this one comes off a little like this, so you get a lot of air into the radiator. And then the bottom part, the bottom grill guard, plate off, still waiting on it. It basically just goes up and attaches right to the radiator. There it is, radiator guard, oil cooler guard. Okay, outside of the cab, the coolant, all that stuff, which we can get to later. If you guys didn't see, we're using these white domino grips. I don't know, ASV, CRG, but we gotta do something silver, something platinum-ish to match the theme. Bam, so the white, bam, that'll look good, right? The RNG bar ends came in. These things are super vibration proof. I mean, we're super protected, but take a look at this with the white domino grips. Imagine it. the shorty levers, which will end about here. And then this. Yeah. This on weight right here, baby. So you guys kind of get the idea. White and black, RNG, platinum, 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 RNG, silverish, silverish, chrome, chrome, shorties coming out to here, max, preload adjusters, springs, all the stuff we done to the engine and the clutch. Shout out to Norton and Spears. And you guys with a Ninja 400, head over to Spears.com or Spears Motor or NortonMotorsports.com and check out everything they have. Just make sure that you don't do a lot of track things to your bike if you're not gonna use it as a track bike. Because a lot of things are meant, for example, why am I not doing an aluminum sprocket set with a quote-unquote dirt bike chain on this one? Because those last about two track days max, and you gotta replace them. This is not per se a track bike. We got the mirror block off plates to take them off. We got the correct fuel, the correct emissions. If need be, it can go. But it's a street bike. This is not really meant to be a track bike. Now, when I do the giveaway and we figure out how to give it away, raffle, Patreon, whatever, when it's finished, you guys do what you want with it. But we're gonna churn this thing out as best as it can be for what it is without jeopardizing anything. I'm gonna try to get some work out of these tires, but we're gonna end up 160 on the rear, and hopefully we can do 120 in the front. If it doesn't work, if it jeopardizes anything, no. But 160 on the rear, it's not gonna be a problem. I think 170 on the rear is not going to be a problem. We got the VORTEX chain drive already ready for the bike. Some of you guys might say, think about the exhaust, the full system, slip on. Why have you been waiting? Well, because you want to do things properly. These bikes right here, they don't really break in. So number one, you want to kind of keep it stock, about 900 miles. Because if you keep it stock and you get to 900 miles, you'll see the bike move, function, react, accelerate, deaccelerate, shift different, to where you'll be like, whoa, my bike seems faster. I'm taking off quicker, this and that. No, it's not that. It's like a big gumbo. Everybody inside is gotten to know each other, and it's all friendly now. So it's working. Feel me? If you start doing things like this, and things like this, and clutch, and all that, you're not even going to notice that. You're going to think this stuff is doing it, when the bike is really at its best point. Bikes are not like cars. When this bike is about 2,000 miles, that's when this really is broken in, taken care of. That's why none of this went on until 730 miles, and then so on and so on. And still, that's why we haven't flashed the ECU. It's been on the dyno already, but we haven't flashed the ECU yet because we don't know what system we're gonna end up with. We haven't put the high flow MWR high performance air filter on the bike yet. Why not? Because that goes with your air intake, your exhaust, your system, so on and so on, right? So think about track or street, because if you're going to do a full system, think about, okay, 800 to 1300, right? But it's not just the full system. A full system does nothing for you on something like this, but maybe you shave 4 to 6 pounds. Which again, these bikes are super light as they come. Pause. right? Nothing. If you do something like 1300 and you get a sparked and you dyno tune it and so, here's where I'm going with it. You're not doing nothing. Your bike's not gonna go faster. You're not beating this one as it is right now. So if you wanna max that out, get that done, think about 800 to 1300 on your full system. At about 100 to 300 on your air intake situation. Velocity stack, so on and so on. You don't need none of that. You're gonna have full leaves and dirt and stuff in your air filter. You feel me? But to each his own, right? 1300, air filter, ECU flash 3400, power commander 400, fuel tuner 350, right? A few plugs here and there, servo buddy, quote unquote, right? You need the right chain drive. I shouldn't be adding all these things. So you're talking about pretty much $3,000 to make that work and maximize it and make it give you 3 more horses. When we've added 8 horses to this bike already without doing none of that. You feel me? Just tuning it the right way. Now, once we put the power commander on here, one cool little thing, even though we have a gear indicator, neutral first, second, third, so on and so on. Once we put the power commander on here, we'll have a light that blinks every time you shift gears. So it's kind of cool. You have an extra light, emissions are removed. So when you shift gears, a light hits, little blue light, boom. Shift gears, little blue light. Even though you have a gear indicator, you still know when you're shifting gears. Just pretty cool. All emissions are removed. So we flash the ECU, so we get rid of that jerkiness, first and second gear on these 400s. So the throttle's super smooth. And when you get your ECU flashed and you dyno your joint, make sure you got everything on deck, all the parts. That's why I have all the parts, but they're not on here yet. Make sure you tune it to how you want to. My recommendation would be to tune it for what's best for the bike. You can start messing with shit and all types of crazy stuff. Trust me, it doesn't mean it's good for the bike. You feel me? Air to fuel ratio, throttle control, emission, lights. There's all type of ish you can do when you flash the ECU, hit it on a dyno, see what it does, peak, torque, performance. But you gotta have a good dyno guy that knows how to, okay, this right here is going like this, and we got a little bump right here. He needs to make sure that little bump right there, that he makes that little bump go straight or go up, or however it's supposed to go. It's gotta be even. They gotta take care of that so you can actually see it on the computer, like, okay, boom, there's that. And then he goes into the motorcycle computer, for layman's term, fixes that, and then you see it, that bump is not there. And the chart is how it's supposed to be, whether it's torque, horsepower, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear, all that, neutral, idle control, all of that stuff. So again, if you guys are building a track bike, be cognizant of that. If you're trying to build a street bike, be cognizant of that. And at the same time, just get you a ZX6 / a Z636R Ninja and save you the $8,000, the $6,000. You feel me? And save all of them mods. You don't need that. But oh, hold on, D. What you mean? What are you doing here? I already have a 750. This is a project bike. It's a hobby, something I wanted to do. It's something that these bikes are beating 600s, ZX10s / 1000s on the track, right? So I wanted to do a build. I never done a build. And I wanted to buy a brand new bike with 0 miles on it and do a build on it. And then do a giveaway on it and do these videos with you guys. So again, a lot of times, it doesn't make sense. If you want to count the numbers, parts and everything, probably about 6,000 on top of what the bike cost. You know what I'm saying? Already. and some labor is going to have to be done by the dealership because I want everything stamped on the service manual or whatever you call it that it was done by Kawasaki. You feel me? For certain things. You guys will see me do certain mods myself. It's just super hot, man. That's all. You know. And that's why I'm doing this. And I got tired of the 750. This is in the A. And in Vegas, it's stop and go traffic. Stop and go traffic. Stop and go traffic. In a 750 GXXR, in first gear, I can break all speed limits up to 78 miles per hour. No fun. When I got this 400, going up all the gears, trail braking, downshifting, I'm having the time of my life. On the 750, second gear, I'm at 110 miles per hour. Feel me? Now, mind you, take care of the bike. This bike doesn't break in till about 2,000 miles. This bike has never been over 6K on the RPM on the repetitions. Not yet. Maybe close to 7, but not even. So you got to understand how I've been working it, how I've been breaking it in, how I'm about to do the second oil change right now at 900 miles myself. But this bike has never hit 8, 9K or anything like that yet until we hit about 2,000 miles on it. You feel me? So I am treating the bike how it should be treated, and I'm breaking in the motor and all the parts how they should be broken in. Number one. Number two, I'm not a genius. I'm not a mechanic. So until we get the final exhaust, the final system tuned up, radiator, coolant, oil, all the extras, Norton Motorsports, spears, I'm not talking about aesthetics. Until all that is done, then that gets tuned for what it is, and then we can break that in. And around 2,000 miles, 2,500 miles, you can see the bike do what it's supposed to do. Remember, bikes are not like cars. That's why some of the most popular bikes are 2013 636s, Gixxers, 600, 1000s, R6s from 2007 to 2013 with 30,000 miles on them. Feel me? So new parts, everything RNG, everything white, black, carbon fibered out, gold accent, red accents, I don't know. Maybe I get rid of that bottom belly pan, which is not a true belly pan, and all pearl blizzard white with the passenger pillion, pearl blizzard white, custom seat, and all white at the bottom, and Kawasaki on there. And maybe a Ducati look. Or maybe we keep it Harley Quinned out. White girl all the way. Hope you guys appreciated the video. Kept you guys up to date. Giveaway when it's finished. A lot of parts, as you can see. We bought these. Don't like the color. Bought them again. Giveaway grips. So on and so on. You feel me? These can go. These blue can go. So hope you guys appreciate this. And most of all, this video so you guys can give me some input. Mostly on the aesthetics. We got the TST blinkers. We got the integrated tail light in the rear. So we'll put those on to look wavy. So on and so on. I got some other things, the little surprises. But do you guys like that Ducati white, red theme-ish? Or we keep it Harley Quinned out? White, black, and straight chrome. And when I say black, I mean carbon fiber. Holla at your boy, man. Peace and blessings. Wish y'all nothing but the best. Please ride safe. I want to be very, very careful and very, very not respectful, very responsible with these bike videos. First of all, ride safe, take it easy, enjoy the bikes,